What's up everyone, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we're going to be flying the F-16. I feel I've been neglecting the F-16 a bit, so I thought I'll take her out for a spin today. So we're doing an F-16 instant action mission. This will be a seed practice mission. That's SEAD, standing for Suppression of Enemy Air Defenses. So we're going to be doing this practice mission against the Russian SAMs. So ahead of me is an SA-3, there is also an SA-6, SA-11 and an SA-10 or S-300, which is quite a difficult SAM to beat. Now, from the briefing I know that the SA-3 and the SA-10, the positions of the radar sites are known exactly on the waypoints, but the SA-6 and SA-11, they're just the rough locations of where the SAM sites are, so I need to figure out where they are. Let me just set up the aircraft for seed attack, so put it in air to ground mode. Let's turn on the power to the HARM missiles. So the HARM missiles are the missiles what is used most commonly for seed attacks. I'm just going to set up also the weapon here, weapon screen. So I can see on the RWR that the SA-3 is already pinging me. I'm going to attack this one in the position range unknown, because I know exactly where that SA-3 is, so I'm just going to select him there. Okay, he's already selected. And he is in range, so I'm just going to let one go. Right, Magnum. The HARM missiles, and this one looks a bit better. Yeah, they detect where the enemy's radar's radiation is coming from, and that's how it positions where the SAM site is located. So right now, while that SAM site is under attack from a HARM missile, I'm just going to get ready to attack the next one and get set up for the next one. Let's get the TGP set up as well, so I can get a live view of the battle damage assessment. Okay, the TV mode is the best, so you can see where they are there, and then I know when they are hit. Right, there we go, the one's damaged. I don't think it damaged all the way. Let me attack him in HAZ mode. I'm probably going to get in range, so he might fire at me. Magnum again. Okay, so I'm going to start turning away, but I want to let him light me up though, so that the radar constantly is emitting, and that will allow me that will allow my HARM missile to know where he is. So I just need to get my fingers ready on the chaff and ready to beam these missiles.
SA-3 low blow fire control radar has been destroyed.
Okay, there's the SA-3 dead.
And SA-6 straight flush has just gone active.
Okay, let's get set up for the SA-6. So this one, I do not know where he is. And just to use a variety of modes, I'm going to use the position but the pre-briefed mode. SA-6. So the pre-briefed mode allows me to shoot up at an angle, so almost like tossing the missile, but I am in range already, but just for the fun of it I'm going to shoot it up Magnum. Now, the thing with shooting it in pre-brief mode is the SA-6 radar still needs to light me up, which it currently is. You can see me on radar, so that means the harm missile will see where he is. But I've shot the missile quite early so that by the time I get closer to it for the SAM site to pick me up, my missile will also know where he is. So you've probably noticed there's 4 SAM sites and I only have 4 harm missiles. Okay. Please excuse me while I defend against this missile.
Flare.
Okay, I'm just gonna beam him properly. Get fast as well. Those missiles are probably gonna dive into the ground.
Good hit. The
Alright.
SA-6 is out of action.
Got the SA-6.
And SA-11 site is now active. Radars include the Snowdrift target acquisition radar and 2 SA-11 Telar radars. Take out one of the radars to silence the site.
Alright, so what I was saying previously is I only have 4 harm missiles and there are 4 SAM sites. There are 2 air bases nearby. There's one over here. You can see it over here. And there's one a bit further down just off the left of the nose. And I can resupply at these air bases. This base, however, only has harm missiles that I can resupply with. And stick around to the end of the video, and because I'm gonna do something very creative with the S300 SAM site. That thing is an absolute beast and it's really difficult to kill with harms. And the problem with that is it tends to shoot down your harm missiles as soon as they get close. So I'm gonna have to get very creative there. So stick around for that. I have a plan and I'm very excited to show you guys what it is I'm gonna do. Alright, so let's shift our focus to the SA-11. I'm going to use the HAZ mode for this one. It's just going to be the easiest. And I need to put on the correct table for the search. So it's searching for the SA-11, which is over here. Okay, I can see the Snowdrift radar dish site. I've locked him up. I'm just going to get a bit closer before I launch this one. This SA-11 does tend to be a bit of a pain. Okay, there's the SA-11 radar dish. I think this is good enough. Magnum. Okay, and I'll just be patient until that site is taken down. Let's look at it with our TGP here. I think the cloud's in the way. But they've got me seriously locked up now. Just gonna preemptively start defending. Okay. I don't want to dive below the mountain range because I still want them to see me, but I don't want the missiles to catch me either.
Flare.
Okay, I think it will help to have my helmet mounted sights on. Alright, the missile is not tracking me anymore, but they are still painting me with the radar. I think my harm missile missed. I'm gonna have to resupply. Alright, stand by while I resupply. Right, so when I land at this base, I'm going to restock with harm missiles. I want to also show you guys what will happen if I do shoot harm missiles at the S300 site, which will be the 4th SAM site. But I'll definitely be able to take out the rest of the SA-11 sites with 4 harms. Okay, alright, refueling and rearming complete. Let me just set up these harms, switch them on, get the hazmat set up, and it is soy. Alright, let's go take out that SA-11. Alright, back from restocking up my harm missiles. I'm gonna just do this first shot in a pre-briefed mode, just so that I have a missile out on that SAM site while it's busy targeting me. I'm just gonna pull up to 29 degrees. Magnum. Okay, and while that is busy, he would have locked me up. I'm gonna just get him also painted on my HAZ screen over here. There's the snowdrift site. Lock him up. And I'll shoot this missile off only when he gets a missile off at me. Right, so the SA-11 site can see me. This is good for the harm missile. That means it will see the radiation and home in on it and kill the radar site. I'm surprised this SA-11 hasn't fired at me yet. Alright, there's locked me up. Let me get another one off. Gonna start defending.
Cap flare.
Okay, a bit more aggressively.
Cap flare.
Almost in the beaming position.
Cap flare.
My first arm missile should have hit him by now.
Flare.
There we go. I think that was my first arm missile. Okay, come on, second arm missile. Take him out.
Good kill.
There we go.
SA-11 site has gone inactive. And SA-10 site is now active to the east. Threat raiders include flatbed fire control radar, along with Big Bird and clamshell search radars. Take out one radar and put the site out of commission.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard what the guy said. So the SA-10 site is now ahead of me. I'm going to go in with my harms just to show you guys what will happen if I do shoot at it with my harm missiles. I only have to take out one of the radars to put the whole SA-10 site out of action. But this is not going to be very easy. I also need to keep watch on my fuel. I only have just shy of 4,000 pounds left. So which means I'm just going to be out of the afterburner. Alright, so because the position of the SA-3 and the SA-10 site is known, I know those radar dishes are exactly on the steering point or waypoint. It is exactly on those points, so I can fire it in the position RUK mode, which stands for range unknown, and this will allow me to get the HAR missile off, and even if it does not receive the radar emissions from the SAM site, it will still know where to go. I better lock up the Big Bird site, so if it does find the radiation, it must use the Big Bird radar signal. And I am at full afterburner. I want to increase the ranges much as possible of these HAR missiles. So I'm going to shoot one in the range unknown, and I'm also going to shoot one in the HAZ mode. And I'll also get it just below the maximum range. So better watch that fuel. So what I'm doing as well is I'm also climbing higher, and this will allow me to go a little bit faster, as well as when I fire, I'm firing the missile in less dense air. This will mean that the missile will also have a lot better range, because it does not have to go through that all the air friction in the lower atmosphere. Also, the missile is higher, and giving it a bit of a loft will also increase its range. I am inside the kill circle of the S300 now, so you should be locking me up shortly.
Bingo. Bingo.
Okay, the bingo fuel is there. That means I must wrap this up quickly. Just gonna come off a bit on the afterburner. I do not want to use all my fuel. F-16 is a very thirsty jet. Right, I am close enough to loft this missile. So I'm just going to put on full afterburner, get my speed up. You'll see the range caret over here go below the max range. Okay, Magnum. There you go. See the radar? I'm in range. Gonna loft this one as well. Magnum. Alright, I'm not gonna waste any time and go back. If those magnums hit, they hit. If they don't, they don't. The position of that radar site is known, so if the first HAR missile doesn't pick up the radiation, it will still find its target. Alright, time to hurry back home. Okay, I'm basically out safe from the S300 site now. I've got no more HAR missiles left, so there's nothing more I can do. So I'm going to restock at that second base I was talking about, not that one that was in between these two waypoints over here. The next base is roughly in that area there where I got my crosshairs. So I'm going to land there, and I'm going to do something special to my jet. I'm going to do some major modifications to it, and this will allow me to hit that S300 site. So just in case you were wondering, if you're wondering why the harm missiles that are fired at the S-300 site hasn't hit it yet, it's because the S-300 site has got projectile defenses around that set up around the site to shoot down with missiles or guns any missile or standoff weapon that comes towards it. It picks it up with its radar. So what I'm going to do is I'm not sure if it is like this in real life, but I'm going to use a weapon now that's a little bit smaller on the radar cross section than the HAR missile. Alright, so I'm just going to be on my way to configure my aircraft and definitely refuel, and then I'll be back to show you how I kill the S-300. Alright, there's the base I first landed at when I restocked up on HAR missiles. So if you are trying out this mission for yourself, you do not want to land at this base to restock up and refuel. You can only restock with HAR missiles at this base. If you want to restock up on more HAR missiles and anything else that you may want to try, you try this base. Can't remember what it was called. Let me just have a look quickly. Okay, so this is Tenopah Air Base. So you want to land over here. But now, also landing over here, you've got to be a bit careful. It's a very, very small and narrow runway. And so you want to land from this direction, in this direction over here, because of the runway extensions over here. So if you want to land, this piece of tar here is too soft to land on, but also, so if you land this direction you won't have enough space to stop over here, but if you land this direction you can still stop onto the runway extension over there. Okay, great. I made it to the base with 400 pounds of fuel left. I might be able to just have enough for one go around. Alright, landing gear down. Got to be very careful not to crash now. This is a narrow runway. And it's also a direct crosswind. You're gonna see me crabbing this approach. Okay, I actually made it. Do forgive me going all over the runway while I'm rolling out. The resolution on my rudders is not very good, so I keep overcorrecting and undercorrecting. But yes, I probably shouldn't be blaming my equipment. I should practice more. Alright, so when you stop at this base, you want to get rid of everything. So remove payload, remove pylon, remove this pylon as well. We'll leave this one. Remove the targeting pod. Remove this pylon, remove this payload. And what we want to do is we want to select the bombs, but just one on one side. Doesn't matter which side, left or right, won't matter. And we're going to get a JDAM, which is a GPS guided bomb. And then on your inner pylons you want to not remove them quite yet, but put on fuel tanks. So you just want one bomb. Don't forget to put full fuel as well.
Request refueling.
So you just want to put on one
Request
GPS guided
reloading.
bomb, and the reason for that is because we know the position of that S-300 site. We can use the bomb to just GPS precision bomb that S-300 right where it is, that radar dish site. And the fuel tanks is also very much needed, because we're going to need to be very, very fast and very, very high. And I'm talking like near Mach 2 kind of fast. And it's really going to be needed. Okay, alright. We have now configured the aircraft for a very high speed, well, let's say for delivering a JDAM bomb at a very, very high speed and high altitude. And so my plan is I'm going to actually loft this JDAM bomb. So no excrescences, no missiles, no pylons. I will be jettisoning the tanks as well. I just need them to get to altitude. Alright, so let's get the aircraft set up. So on the SMS page we want to turn on the power, get the JDAM bomb aligned. I'm also going to just change some profile settings over here. So I want the impact angle to be 45 degrees. And I also do not really want the bomb to hit it very fast, so I want to make sure I'll get the maximum range I can out of it. So I'm just going to make it the impact velocity 100 knots. Alright, and that's it. I'm going to keep that over there and show the HSD over there. Okay, I am at steer point 4. That means my bomb will be going towards this point over here on top of the S-300 site. Alright, cool. Let's get going. So a good tip when flying the F-16 is when you take off, as soon as your wheels are off the ground, you want to bring up the gear as quickly as possible. The F-16 is very, very fast, and so what will happen is on the takeoff climb out, your speed will increase very quickly and you actually exceed the maximum speed that which your landing gear can be out, and therefore damage the landing gear if you do not retract it in time. Alright, I'm gonna leave it now at full afterburner and begin my climb to approximately 40,000 feet and roughly in the direction of the S-300 site. So what you also want to do when you are climbing out, you don't want to climb too aggressively. You want to give it about a not more than 15 degrees climb out, as if you climb out too fast or too high of an angle, not too fast but too high of an angle, then you are going to reduce your speed too much, and it's very difficult to get your speed back once you are very high. In the thin air, the engine does not perform as well as it does in the lower atmosphere. So keeping that kinetic energy up is very, very important. I'm already at Mach 1.47. Now with the full load that I had with my targeting pod as well as the the AMRAMs and the AIM-9Xs, I would not even be able to reach the speed. Only in a dive maybe, but not even climbing out. The F-16 is really a beast and climbing very fast. Also, when you get to about 7,300, 7,200 pounds, that's when I'll be dropping the fuel tanks. It is also very important that you do drop your fuel tanks when you do this attack, because you need to be extremely fast. We're essentially going to be launching this bomb at, what's on this side? We're going to be launching this JDAM bomb at Mach 2 and giving it a nice big loft into maybe it goes into outer space, I don't know, but the very, very upper atmosphere. So I can bring that bomb right on top of the target. Now in DCS, as far as I'm aware, the JDAM isn't really loftable. There's no HUD symbology to assist you with the lofting of the JDAM bomb. I believe it can only be done with the laser guided bombs. However, with the JDAM, it can be lofted, but you need to be in the horizontal range when it does drop. There's also, at least if not what I'm aware or could figure it out, there is no weapon release override, so I have to release it at the max range. So you'll see as soon as I start pulling up to loft the bomb, it will be just about at the cusp of the release point for the JDAM bomb. But that will be enough to reach the target and well within range. Alright, so I've turned in now towards the SAM site. Just gonna turn in until the line is completely centered on my flight path director line. Okay, cool. I'm at about 45,000 feet, so this is a nice good altitude. Okay, I'm going to jettison my tanks over here and start accelerating. And jettison. Okay, now I need to gain a bit of speed, so I'm just going to go into a gentle dive. Try and gain as much speed as I possibly can. I want to be at about 40,000 feet, so when I release the bomb. So it's not too high and it's also not too low. If I am too high, it's going to be a problem if I need to maneuver away from the S-300 site, and I'm definitely going to need to maneuver away from him. He's going to have a missile off at me and I need to turn away. If I am too high, the air is too thin to maneuver away maneuver away from the missiles, and I'm just hurtling at Mach 2 towards the S-300 site. So my plan is, as soon as he locks me up, I'm going to then gently start the climb, and I believe at around the 40-45 degree marker line the bomb should be in range to be released. Alright, there he's got me locked up. Let me just start the gentle climb, and he's got the missile off. Just going to hold in the release button and pickle. Alright, let's turn around and go back home, releasing all the chaff on the way.
Chaff flare.
Okay, so we want to have nice smooth motions as we are flying, because we don't want to bleed off too much speed as we are turning completely in the cold direction and flying in a downwards direction. You want to drag that missile down into dense air so to give it as much air friction as possible. Okay, this is going to be just about, I will just about make it. I'm really hoping now that that missile's not going to catch up to me. I don't know if I can see it. I don't think I can see the missile. I'm anyway on the way back. I think I've actually escaped the missile. There's no way you can attack me now, I'm way too fast. Alright, cool. Now it's just a matter of time of waiting for the bomb to drop on the S-300 site, and then we're all good. Alright, the bomb still hasn't made its way there yet. I'm almost outside the threat range of the S-300 site. I'm going to land at the airbase that I first landed at with the bigger runway. That other Tenopah airbase's runway is just far too short for me. I don't want to risk crashing now after all this hard work. Alright, cool. There it comes through the battle damage assessments that the S-300 site has been hit by the JDAM bomb, and that means mission success. Alright guys, that will be the video for today. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed and likes the video and makes comments. I really do appreciate it, and I really do like it that I'm receiving so much support for making these videos. I'm just trying to concentrate on landing here while I'm talking. I hope you guys have a great day further, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy it guys.